Hi there, Jonathan here, back with you once again on 240k journey. This is 9th of October, so we're at day 39. Some interesting things happened over the last day or two, which I want to share with you. But really, the focus for today is talking about the back-end offers and the whole of the back-end automation. So I talked a little bit about that yesterday, but this is what I want to show you exactly what it looks like in the back end and how things work. Because once I've basically built this will be fully automated. And so at least I'll have something helping to grow that lifetime customer value, which means that then I can move my focus back on more to the front end side of things. So I've put this together in quite a structured way. It's I have to say it's not it's not the best, it's not the most refined, but at least it's there. And that's the thing, is getting something up there and then we can go back and refine it. But it's got a simple structure and process that I want to walk through. But just before I get to that, so what has been happening? So yes, this rather downward slide here, which was fine, around sort of $700. But actually, if we look, it went down to 639, and then yesterday actually went down to 478. I haven't seen figures as low as that for a little while, which barely covered the ad cost. So the ad cost was £337, which amounted to $452, which basically meant that actually I think I made $26 yesterday. Which is not really going to cover that many costs at all. So, but that just got me wondering. I couldn't figure out why it was suddenly happening. And then when I looked at things today, they were barely moving off the ground, and I start to get a little bit concerned as to what's going on. And I realized there must be something actually fundamentally wrong. And so then I actually thought I'll just go and check my funnel again, which you have to do from time to time, just to make sure no little errors have crept in. But what I've forgotten I did 2 days ago is I reconnected my PayPal integration. But I missed one small step in that integration, and basically it didn't work. So PayPal wasn't available as a payment option. And now, with a product like mine, I would say probably 70% of my sales come from people using PayPal. So there it was, a sort of a big old error, which I wasn't really able to fix till about sort of lunchtime today. So sort of 2 days without anybody being able to buy anything on PayPal. Bit of a nightmare. And obviously that's why our sales have been so bad. Today we've recovered a little bit. We're at 432, sort of 5 o'clock. Yeah, so I could imagine us ending up maybe around the 500, but hopefully then we should start to see it come back up. But and that's a a good case of actually do look at your numbers quite regularly, particularly if something starts to go wrong. The chances are probably something has gone wrong. Anyway, we've resolved that, so all good. So yes, let's talk about this back-end offers. So as you know, we've got all that front-end offer bit, and I've been through that plenty of times. And so what happens after you've got people on your list that have either come via your opt-in forms or cart abandonments, or maybe they just bought the upfront product. In my case, just a $27 product, but didn't buy anything else, didn't buy the order bump, didn't buy the upsells. So then they're sitting in my list, and now it's about what we do with the back end. How can we actually generate more in terms of lifetime customer value? Now, partly I said it's about, I've got a 14-day automation already for people who bought an initial front-end offer to try and make sure they get, they use and consume the product they bought so they can get the results and get enthusiastic about buying other courses. So the way I've sort of structured it is I've got a series of 6 offers I'm going to present to people, basically 6 other different courses, but I'm trying to offer them the opportunity to buy the single course or buy the whole access to the program. So I've got a 7 days, these are 7 days apart, so 1 week apart, each of these promotions, and within each one I've got a 3 email sequence that encourages people to get the academy, and then I've got one final email that actually is offering a membership. So I have got a very low cost membership. It's like $9 a month, really low, but I have got a very good sort of stick rate within that. I think since I've launched it, it's been really sort of stable. I must have probably about 70-80% retention on it. So although it's very small amounts, eventually it grows little by little, and actually that membership already contributes maybe $1,000 a month right now. So if you've got the retention for it, it's useful having a membership, but memberships are notoriously difficult to actually sell up front. So this is something again we'll be tracking and coming back to over time. So just to say what I mean, let me show you an example of one of these offers. So this is what I call my Academy spotlights. So this is where we take a specific course, we've got a video showing an example of the course, details about that particular course, and say it's available now for $27, or you can get everything for just $97. So here you go, there's a single course you can buy, or you can position it against, you get 19 courses for the $97. So it's trying to present the value is actually, even at $27, that's great value for that course, but actually for not that much more, you get access to everything, or you get the option to get a 3 payment plan, and that's $34 a month for 3 months. So that's one of those. Another one I've set up, again, it's a different course we're highlighting, but basically it's the same proposition. You can buy the single course, or you can buy the whole Academy access. So that's where I'm going to work through. And if you look at, this is the actual campaign automation side. So this is the first email of that first course. I've just literally started some people entering into this back-end funnel. So we've got 3 emails that present that first offer, then 1 email that tries to sell the membership, and then the following week we've got a 7-day break, and then we move on to the second course in the sequence, 3 emails, and again the final one will be a membership. And so what I'll be doing is, over the course of this month, is building this automation fully out, so we'll have all of the 6 courses and all the emails all in place. And then we just really need to sit and let it run, because really that's got 6 offers, 6 weeks. So what we end up with is we've got a 14-day automation on the front end offer, then there's a week break, and then we've got a further 6 weeks. So the entire thing is 9 weeks of emails and automations in place, or there will be by the end of October. So really that's great, because then that really gives me, in that 60 to 90 day period, an opportunity to grow that lifetime customer value, which will makes a big difference to how much we can then afford to throw in at the front end on the ad side of things. And as I say, this is the emails and the offer pages. They're not what I'd consider great. They're okay, but obviously they're good enough to start to test. And once I start to see, whether people are opening the emails, whether they're clicking, whether people are ordering, I can always come back and refine these, or inevitably I will come back and refine them. But the whole thing is trying to get everything in place, so the entire funnel, end to end, covering a sort of 60 to 90 day period, is complete. You know, I can't believe it's taken me this long really to get to this sort of stage, but it has, and at least once that's in place, I say I can all the automations are in place, and I can move back into my front end and the split testing. So as we go into probably end of this week, and probably over the weekend, I'm trying to explore some new ideas for some new ads. So what I'm doing at the same time, real back end stuff compared to also really front end things in the ads creative, and all about trying to reduce that cost of customer acquisition. As I said, our focus is always on the three areas: is reducing cost of customer acquisition, increasing the average order value through bumps and upsells, and also growing the lifetime customer value, which is what this piece of work's about. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. If you've got any questions, leave me a comment or pop over to the Facebook group if you're not a member there already, and I'll happily answer any questions you've got. Okay, so fingers crossed that the PayPal integration is working, and that's going to make a difference come tomorrow, and I'll speak to you then. Bye for now.